Greetings, YouTube. Yesterday, I forget where, I encountered someone discussing the idea that because of the internet, we are able to create echo chambers where we only access information from sources that we have an affiliation with on some level. So it's very easy to surround yourself, for example, if you have a liberal progressive bias with news sources and opinions that are only liberal progressive. If you are conservative, you could do the same. If you are a heavy metal fan, you could surround yourself by sources that are exclusive to heavy metal information. And that this particular self-selection process is detrimental to our overall health and well-being because it means we're not being exposed to enough ideas. And at first pass, that does sound like it makes a lot of sense. We do this. If you spend all your time on gaming-related websites and you never visit BBC or any kind of news aggregate collector of some variety, you're likely to never be exposed to ideas outside the gaming community, or at least tangentially, related to gaming. But it's also false, because humans have always done this. 50 years ago, your community was your town, but you were still able to get information from TV, news, the movies, any number of sources. 100 years ago, it was still your town. Your outside sources of information were a little more limited, but they were still present. 1,000 years, 10,000 years ago, they were only your immediate connections with your fellow human beings. And those forms of selection were not up to you. You didn't have any say in the matter. Now, you do. You can, in fact, choose to live in the echo chamber. You can choose your self-selective tribe, and you can live in it if you want. Or, you could admit that you are tribal, because humans are tribal, always have been, and will always be tribal, in my opinion. And realize that while your immediate associates may be of the similar tribe, that you can reach out. Do you know how many different forms of communication I have at my disposal right this second? I mean, there's instant messages. I don't use them anymore, but they're present. There's emails, there's chats, there's Facebook, there's, YouTube. There are podcasts. I can get radio stations through this. I can watch videos live and static. I can have 100 different forms of communication funneled through me, through this device, to me, at my whim. It's just that now I choose which tribes I associate with. So I'm going to give you a list of places that I get information from. And just a quick rundown of what these locations are. These are the places I visit every single day, and normally multiple times in a day in the case of the top three. Boing Boing, which is a tech-heavy site. Metafilter, which is news and information, high signal ratio to noise. FARC, more news information, high noise to signal, but it's more entertaining. Not Caught, which is a collection of interesting links, often with a visual connection. They're interesting because they look interesting, and then you can follow them and see where they go other than just visuals. The Everlasting Blort, which is a wonderfully bizarre collection of very random types of links. And lastly, occasionally I'll get bored and I'll visit a place called Pop Earls, which is a wonderful collection of all kinds of different sites that you can go peruse if you were looking for information, or you're just bored and you're looking for something to do. Now, at the top three, I visit these places every single day, multiple times a day, because I am a news junkie. Always have been since I was a child. It's just now that my access is large enough that I can mainline news 24/7 at my leisure. So tell me, do you think you live in the echo chamber, or do you take the time and effort to expose yourself to the world around you that this technology afford you.